What's up, everyone? This is the Wahala episode 17. Got your man Tune here and Bawo. We are here.
Was good.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. How are we sounding, by the way? We sounding good?
We sound fine.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like Cameron out here.
Oh, wow.
What happened? Did you get an announcement through the PA? Chill, I be in Harlem. I'm not getting my ass in trouble.
I live out there, man. Can't be out here.
Dipset gang all day. Like, you know what I mean?
So we're going to get right into it, I guess.
I wore a pink shirt. Thanksgiving was good. Definitely. We should get right into it. But episode 17, it's been a while. I feel like we only do episodes before and after trips. New York be having us depressed, man. We don't want to talk about it. But once that
DR Bawo,
once that ticket has been cocked, itinerary has been emailed, we're like, yo, let's talk to the people them. So we have trips coming, and we just came back from some trips. So DR Poppy. I was out in my motherland. Yeah, I mean, Jalo Sabe, mi gentes. I was out. I know my Delo Mios, wherever y'all at. Shout out to yourselves. I finally had to go to the motherland,
Finally.
I'm in Mikasa. So it was good. I was at a resort, though, so I played my people short. I didn't really get to walk with the people, them. I was in some resort with old white couples, just, drinking. This is my first ever resort. I don't know if you've done a resort. But,
of course.
Yeah, this is my first ever resort. I'm Papi Airbnb and Airbnb. Shout outs to Airbnb. So it was like cool to know that I ain't have to walk around with money. It was just a weird feeling because whenever I'm in another country, I'm like, just in case, Yeah. So you get to the resort, they stuff liquor down your face. You get to the room, there's a liquor there. They be like, yo, everything you need, it's free. Food, boom, drink. So it was just awesome to just know that I could just stroll and, everything's going to be covered. Obviously, you're in the middle of nowhere because that's the only place they're going to have as much land to make a resort. But it was pretty cool. It was really, really cool. We saw a black couple, a Haitian couple, and they were just like, yo, y'all Nigerians? And they started talking to us about Afro beats. And so we went to the DJ at the little party they had. He played Afro beats for us. The white couples were dancing to Davido. The Haitian couple was killing it. So it was just dope. It was dope seeing, black people catching each other in the midst of a bunch of old white people.
That's really dope.
Yes. It was cool.
I would have it. Y'all were enjoying life, man.
Once you're out of New York, man, you just got to go for it. That's the one thing in New York. There's no blue water anywhere.
Yeah, people always trying to get me to go to the beach. I'm like,
nah, buddy. No. I mean, my bill of health is good right now. I don't know what the orange guy is going to do. I'm going to just stay healthy. You know what I mean? Certain decisions you can't make anymore. If you want to go to the beach in New York, you should have did that when Obamacare was like on the up and up.
Yeah, 4-5 has made things a lot complicated for the squad.
Firms, like everything, every decision you make now is a family and team decision, It's a generation decision, you know what I mean? You don't be hearing your grandkids hear story about Grandpappy went to Coney Island, and that's why y'all have a kneecap behind your neck, you know what I mean? Like, nobody needs all that. Shout outs to Coney Island. Yo, I'm going to get in trouble with everywhere.
That's in New York.
Kneecap Squad. I forgot that. There was one Cartoon Network show where they were all like weird.
Oh, yes.
Damn, you're going to remember it. I cannot remember it right now. It was like this one kid was the censor, and the twins were like conjoined twins. And that popular girls had some deformities with their face. I'm happy you remember it. Oh, look, you're the man. I knew you'd remember it. For some reason, I'm like, yeah.
I love cartoons. I'm sorry, man.
Nah, that's inner happiness right there. But yeah, so nobody wants that. That's a New York City beach happening. But DR was fun.
That's what I always pictured would happen if I went into the water in like Brighton Beach or like Far Rockaway.
Hashtag into the water.
Or right outside La Marina if I just jumped in the water.
Wow.
Yeah. I would turn into a lobster. Hold on, DJ.
Yeah, as it's happening, you just be, ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío.
You just end up in somebody's plate at City Island. You have no idea what's going on.
Easily. They'll sell you for top dollar, though. That's what, wow. Top dollar selling. Wow.
The biggest segment on these Zamero.
Fuck out of here, fams. That shit is mad expensive. I know fucking lobster.
I know fucking lobster. I'm a fucking man.
Shit.
Look at my dad.
Hey, that guy is, I don't even know if he's watering himself down or if he's just chasing the bag, whatever it is. I am tired of that grown ass little man.
I still don't know how to pronounce his name. It's like P.O. Tila something.
You care enough. You care enough to try. And I appreciate you for that. That's who he is. That's who he is.
Something Gansi. I don't remember how to pronounce his name.
He lives life. Like, that's one thing. Well, we cannot say he's not living his best life.
He's somebody's Dominican uncle. You know that for a fact.
At least somebody. Christmas is coming. He got to buy gifts for his nephews and nieces. That man has responsibilities. When them little the 60-second videos are over with. So shout outs to him and his entire family. Because I'm sure he pays taxes and all that shit.
Also, everybody in the Heights that listens to the show and lets us know all the time when they see us. Oh my God, you guys are so dumb. Thank you. We appreciate you for not throwing sandals at our heads. We appreciate it.
I listen to Mali Berry.
Oh, I listen to Mali Berry. He's so nice. He's so good song.
Oh, Afrobeat. I guess.
Such good songs. I listen to playlists on Spotify.
Again, let it be known.
It's so
Espanol accent is from.
It's such a wow.
Wow! I just came back from DR, and I want to shout them out because they let me pass the airport with liquids.
Oh.
Jesus, I'm snitching. That's not like a tip to like somebody that's going to do some crazy shit at the airport, but mommy let me pass. She let me stand on the girls' shoulder line, and then I jumped to the guys' line. And I saw a baseball player and a baseball coach. So it was like, oh, DR is just popping,
That's funny.
Yeah, so shout out. No, I really, really enjoy. I love being in third world countries. Like, I absolutely love being. I know that's not a thing anymore. I'm not that smart, but I'm still addressed as a third world countries. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
So,
but I love being there because it's just like people are more chill. You hear the stories. The mommies are outside. You could smile. They're gonna be welcoming. Once you start getting to all the snooty rich countries, is where people be extra. But the regular village life is for me. Street food. Just don't touch the water, obviously, but everything else, I'd be with all the shits. But that's how was West Coast this time?
Trip to LA?
Yes. West Coast tune. Now reporting live from a highway in California.
That's so funny. Well,
the other highway, no, not that highway.
Ridiculous. LA was great, man. I initially went for so Yvonne Orji. Shout out to Yvonne Orji,
West African mommy, Nigerian princess.
She had a Nigerians in Excellence event in LA that I ended up having to host it. So I initially was going to attend. I was invited, so I was going to attend. And then when I got there, it was like, oh, would you mind hosting? I was like, bet, I'll host it, not a problem. So I get there, and Estelle's there. A whole bunch of influencers in the Nigerian diaspora were there. Dulo was there.
That's so dope.
A lot of like fashion designers that I've seen on Instagram but never thought I'd meet in person were there. A lot of just random people I didn't even know were African were in the building. So it was really kind of cool to see a whole bunch of people in there celebrating Africans, especially Nigerians, in the entertainment, fashion, music, all types of various creative roles within the industry. And it was a night that Yvonne, this is like the second annual one she did, and she just like celebrating a whole bunch of people in the industry that are just like us. So it was really kind of cool to see everybody in one room. And Estelle and I ended up hosting it. Estelle that sang American Boy.
Yes. So I know every word. I know every single syllable in that song. So
she did you know she's Senegalese and Sierra Leonean?
This I just found. Wow, Sierra Leonean. I just found out about the Senegalese part. That's super dope. That's West African beauty right there.
So she's awesome, by the way. Shout out to Estelle if you're listening.
I just feel like once she got her her grill fixed. She just been different. You know what I mean? Like, it worked different. It's like the reverse Cardi B effect.
Yo, Estelle's...
Cardi B got hers. Cardi B got her thing fixed, and then she dropped the number one.
She got her veneers, and it was over.
Yeah, and then Estelle, I feel like, fell back a little bit.
Nah, she's been getting that bag. She's been getting that international bag.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I felt like, I just haven't heard from Estelle since everything, since there was no more space. Since there was no more space within the team. No, I know Africans hustle, but sometimes people hustle backwards. It's possible. Nah,
she's definitely not hustling backwards. In fact,
that's beautiful.
She just put out a single very recently that's doing very well. This dude named Terrace Riley called Love Like Ours, and it's really, really good.
Okay.
He's a sweet record. Yeah, so that was pretty much the event, and like OK Africa was there representing. Shout out to them. It was good. We ate jollof. They had actual Nigerian caterers that had the jollof on deck.
And it was had
the goat meat. I don't know if the suya was suya, but it was delicious.
Mystery meat suya.
Other than that, after that event, Complex Con was that weekend. So.
Oh yes. The Complex Con looked like it was the shit this year.
Oh, it was nuts. A lot went down. Complex Con was dope. We ended up leaving LA and then going to Long Beach for the weekend, and there were so many different booths set up from so many different vendors. But the highlight of my Complex Con experience was seeing Andre 3000. He had like a pop-up for his Tree Torn collab, which is like his own his drawings. Apparently he used to draw sneakers and clothing in class, and so he was able to collab with a shoe company and bring those drawings to life, which is really cool.
There's absolutely nothing you could tell me Andre 3000 did that I wouldn't believe.
Oh yeah, he does. He's great.
You're telling me, he's had cancer figured out for a while now. He's just waiting to figure out a time. Like anything, I feel like he's just a dope ass human being.
Oh no, he was great. And then NERD premiered their new album there as well.
Yes, I heard about that. And obviously the single right now is hitting. The one with Rihanna, Lemonade, is it?
Lemon, yeah.
Is it lemon or lemonade? It's lemonade, right?
It's lemon.
Oh, lemon. Okay, I was about to say, like, is anyone allowed to call anything lemonade anymore after Queen Bee?
I'm not sure.
Like, I don't think you're allowed to. Like, if you say lemonade in it's a song, I feel like they come like, oh, are you coming at... Beyonce just owns lemonade. It's just that.
She does, but man, that album, the new NERD album, is so fucking good, man.
Yeah, it's
so fucking good. F-O-C-K, fucking good.
Got you. So that's technically not a curse word, kids.
No, it's fucking F-O-C-K.
Mom and dad, feel free to play this with your kids. Fucking is not a curse word.
Yes. No parental guidance needed. It's like, fuck.
Rated E.
That's it.
For everyone but the EP.
See, if I want to go to the beach now, is that a curse word?
Wow, look at that.
If I want to talk about beaches, is that a curse word? Because I like to put my feet in the sand and play on the beaches?
No, you are not. You are far from being too short. You're doing good. Carry on.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just because my husband may not be...
If the beach tries to infect you, you will say beach. Please.
You have to strap up on the beach. You feel me?
No, if the beach comes, you say beach, please. Very simple. Very, very simple. No, it's again, these are all friendly family words. You could use them at dinner, Thanksgiving stuff, What'd you do? You went back home for Thanksgiving, right?
I did go back home for Thanksgiving.
Okay. After we all, shout out to everyone that came out, by the way, we fed the less fortunate people in the streets of New York. We were able to package food and give out for Thanksgiving. So shout out to everyone that was a part of that.
Shout out to everyone that helped. It was great.
Yes. So you were with the fam. I also got time with family. Just chill shit. So Thanksgiving itself was very, very productive.
Yeah, this Thanksgiving was weird this year. It didn't feel like Thanksgiving for me at all. I mean,
every single holiday is no longer feeling like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's because we're getting old or we know no careers coming, or if it's just, I don't know. Like, even watch, Christmas is gonna come and you're gonna go outside and someone's gonna tell you fuck you. Like, it's just there's no more seasonal spirits. There's nothing. It's just another day. And I guess Black Friday, it feels like it's only the shopping that people celebrate anymore. I feel like Black Friday is bigger than Thanksgiving.
I kind of feel that way too.
Yeah, it's like, Black Friday, you copped anything, you going out. Like, people don't really ask you thanks. The only thing people look forward to in Thanksgiving is making fun of other people's food.
Yeah.
And homegirl, what's her name? That's always trending. Got hers. I think she was like topic of conversation that they said she messed up her food. What's her name? She's fine as shit. She dates a football player. She's the one that says she's no longer a hoe. Like, what's her name? Damn.
Kerry Washington?
No, damn. She said she's no longer a hoe. This one chick, she was like, yeah, I'm not a hoe no more. Like, I'm off that. Yeah, what's her name? Light-skinned chick. She sells bathing suits. I think she sells mints, swimsuits, some shit like that. Damn, what's her name? Drea.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
What?
Remember Drea when she put up that video saying that her wholeness is deleted?
There we go. That's what I was trying to reference.
So when she said her wholeness was deleted, I put up a video, like one of the random videos that I put up in my character, and I was like, I just ripped her apart. Do you know, like, Gossip and all these random websites like Baller Alert? They picked up that video and it went viral, and then Dre had my video taken down.
Easy.
She was like,
I don't know who this African guy is, but we're gonna take this video down because he's like defaming me, and I don't like it.
So she took it down. I was looking for a copy of that content for it has to be like 3 years now. It's been gone, scrubbed up the internet. But like 3 months after I put that video up is when the I'm from Brooklyn video happened. So it just kind of overshadowed the wholeness getting deleted response.
It was that bad.
It was that bad. Because when it went viral, that's the only thing that people were connecting me with. And I was like, yo, this is wild. And then she got to take it down. So then people were like, oh, Dre got to take it down. And then I'm from Brooklyn happened. And people were like, oh, I'm from Brooklyn. So I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about the video anymore. Great.
I'm from Brooklyn. It's going to be crazy. Like, you're going to be a grandfather. Little kids going to be telling you I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, my God. Your grandpa did the I'm from Brooklyn video.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
I'm like... We're in Panama. I'm retired. What does Brooklyn have to do with that?
You seen Shegun? Just remember that 50 years ago, I put on a video and I told people I'm from Brooklyn. Just know that one.
They're going to be watching it in VR style, so they'll just be able to just gingerly recreate it.
They will be able
By then, videos will be like shown in the sky and all that.
Bro, they'll be able to look at the video from the viewpoint of the microphone.
Oh, that's... you were shaking, sir. Were you afraid?
Why were you afraid? I feared.
Were you afraid of the situation? Sure.
Like, where were you went in? Where did you went after the interview?
This is Union Square. Why is it so bad? Cars were not flying yet, Grandpa?
So this is what Union Square used to look like before they turned it into an Apple store. Wow.
Farms, the whole damn. A Tesla garage.
Oh my goodness. So Whole Foods Square used to be called Union Square. Oh my goodness.
Well, Amazon now.
Where this homeless person used to be, there's now a Starbucks there. Wow.
That's so crazy. Can you imagine?
You know what would make me really sick?
What?
If by the time I die, cars aren't flying. Like, I'm talking about not flying like in the sense of rich people only. I'm talking about like
Jetsons.
People with no jobs.
So not like
turn engine lights on, floating.
So not like our forefathers that used to travel by snapping their fingers and using spells.
No, not on top stick or chewing stick or whichever, bamboo or palm wine tappers. I'm talking about like regular human beings. I'm talking people with hole in their shirts, with flying cars, people with check engine lights. Cops stopping floating cars, talking about your lights are broken, your tail lights are broken. I need that. I need it for regular people, not just in the next 20 years. There would be one in for every household. You know
how fire?
I'm talking about. Go ahead.
How fire is it that our ancestors were able to literally clap their hands and get wherever they need to go? Like, that's so crazy.
Sir, I have my Bible with me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Praise his name. Because the Lord Thanksgiving just happened. White Jesus' birthday is coming.
Oh my goodness. No, you didn't call white Jesus. No.
And I'm sorry, Caucasian Christ.
Caucasian.
Caucasian Christ, December 25th. Shout out to that. Shout out to that guy. My guy. What do we call white people when we're friends with them? How do we address white friends?
I just describe their caucasity. I don't really describe them as friends, to be honest with you.
Let me see. Caucasian Christ. I would be like, yo, if I see Caucasian Christ right now with his long hair down, floating on water, what would I say? I don't know. I guess I would just call him CC, Caucasian Christ, yeah. But Caucasian Christ's birthday is almost here, and whatever white people do, so we have to respect the fact that you need to stop walling out with your finger snapping.
I can throw water into wine. What are you doing?
Caucasian Christ definitely made Jaeger bombs, but whatever. We're gonna call it wine.
Yeah, let me chill out. There's so many ways that this conversation can go left. I don't want to have
the whole podcast. Throw it in the somebody behind the desk. The whole podcast. Throw it away.
There are too many of other people's girlfriends listening to this podcast that will freak out on me.
Tunde, you are religious and you had to make a joke about Jesus. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, we need to win more people for our chapel, so I beg.
Night vigil teams.
Bless you. You're getting sick?
Yes, so this change of weather, we all went in the bush.
I hope you feel better, sir.
Hanging with our godfather elephants. Okay.
That's funny, man.
No, children of the trunks. As in Vegeta's son.
Wow, brought it back.
As they say, I figured you'd understand.
That was great. So brought it back to Dragon Ball Z.
Don't be insane.
The one, the VHS tapes. We don't even know about that.
Would you rather be a Super Saiyan or insane?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I didn't even know you were in the anime. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I used to be into it. I keep up with Naruto and Boruto though.
Oh, I just started catching up to Boruto. I think the fillers are just killing me.
Horrible. I'm still trying to get somebody with a Hulu password. I heard it's popping on Hulu.
Crunchyroll ain't popping no more?
What?
Crunchyroll ain't popping no more?
No, I hear they got the videos already. I just read the mangas.
For everybody that has no idea what we're talking about a Japanese cartoon series called Naruto.
Uncultured.
Uncultured swine, y'all. And Naruto is this young ninja that overcomes all the obstacles from being an orphan and essentially hones all special talents and superpowers and has best friends that end up betraying him. And it's just a real great coming to age story that you have to follow it for like 5 years. Like it dragged on for so long.
It gives you a warm ending though. Like it doesn't leave you hanging when it comes to an ending.
Oh yeah, for sure. They got aliens in it too. It's great.
All of it.
We have a update.
Yes. Oh wow.
Wow, updates. Shout outs to Wizzy Baba.
The update was brought to you by
Ghana Jollof.
Yeah. Wow. Check them out at your own risk.
You must have antivirus on your computer because this site may damage your insides.
If you have Pepto-Bismol in the fridge, start to warm it up.
Amen.
It goes well with Ghana Jollof.
Get out here for real. I'm saying get out here for real. I'm saying.
Hey, Kofi. That's Chale. Pass some more.
Aquaba.
Shatawale. Oh, God. All of that. Somebody gonna fuck us up. Somebody really dark and really short gonna beat us both up.
Somebody's gonna throw a whole bunch of kink at us and we're not gonna know what to do.
It's all over.
Shout outs to my Ghanaian people. I love y'all. Ghana is a beautiful country.
They be out here.
As we were just talking about Caucasian crisis, a lot of Caucasian people love going to Ghana, so that means it's safe and well.
True.
You know, even this guy went there. That just shout outs to him for getting the award from Beyonce, Colin Kaepernick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was in Ghana, so obviously they're doing something good with themselves. You know, as people are going to Ghana, Nigerians are flying to Russia for the World Cup because Ghana didn't make it. But you know,
while wearing all the winter jackets in Nigeria because they don't have time.
Right. Oh, big shout outs to Nigerians that would actually wear winter jackets at the appropriate time.
Shout outs to Nigerians that are going through fuel scarcity right now, so they're wearing winter jackets to cope.
Wow.
But
they're still in their winter jacket on the line.
But they
shout out to my ninja. Anyway, breaking news.
Wow. Shout outs to Wizkid Baba for welcoming his third son. A whole 3 boys.
So this whole men being thoughts and having girls, they don't got nothing to do with Wizkid, huh?
Nah, man. I mean, okay, well...
Unless Wizkid is not a thought. Maybe it's just, maybe he's just a faithful man and, he builds family with certain unique individuals that he has specific, strong relationships with.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I mean, if this was 100 years ago, we would be champion. Wiz would be a chief in his town.
Oh, yes. All boys. Just
would have 3 barns full of yams. While collecting pono and yams, paws. Great for him. I'm proud of him. Being a dad is not easy, I'm sure, but what makes his story interesting is that this third child he's having now, right, is with his manager Jada.
She's already a momager. Like the kid is already having gigs.
Now, you and I both met Jada during One Africa Music Fest a few years ago, right?
You think Jada gonna have a son doing like close-up commercials already? Milo?
She already signed a modeling contract.
Oh, already. Like, what's his name? Omo DJ Khaled will be humbled. The amount of gigs that Wizkid is like.
Move over, Assad.
Assad is small time.
Zion, child. The boy is cuter than Assad Khaled.
Small Assad. Assad don't be smiling all the time.
Small Assad.
Wizkid's child will be getting gigs on top of all the holiday parties, all the Christmas parties in Nigeria.
DJ
everybody,
Young Zion.
Everybody. Just be doing Pakurumo. Subbing. He's gonna be subbing. How long till he subs Davido's child?
Yeah, he already started subbing him. Skiddy papa.
Already. Wow. Give that. The most prominent Ghanaian in the game right now is Michael Dakwa. Oh wow! Primary school buzz. Now, but shout out to Wizkid having a baby with the manager. That's the new flow. That's what we are in 2018.
Real talk. Shouts to the Starboy camp out here. Procreating.
If you think about it, he had a productive year. He's been having productive years with his management group. Why not just keep it in the house?
Very, very much.
You know what I mean? The woman is progressing your career. So who else will you have a child with?
He actually did the most Yoruba thing possible. Like, you know what? I already trust this woman. She is already in control of my funds. Mm-hmm. She's getting a piece of the pie already. She's basically living with me already. Let me just dash her kidney small and cement the thing. That way.
Think about it. When they are booking gigs now, she's there with him. They don't gotta ask you where you're going. She's going too. But he can't lie, or he can't say, I got a gig out of town.
I mean, he could. I'm sure he's
the one that books your gig.
I'm sure he's going to get ready.
Nigerians don't lie. Nigerian men don't lie.
True. This is true. I can't say all African men don't lie, but I know for a fact Nigerian men don't lie.
Nigerian men don't lie. It's just one of those things.
Fact.
That's one of those things.
Which is why the relationship is going to be interesting to me, because I already know that Jada is aware of his honesty, and because of that, it's going to be a very, very strong and successful relationship. So I'm really happy with them. There's
no way you're eating vegetable soup and you will now be lying. Everybody knows the reason we eat vegetables is to cleanse.
The egusi will just be super sweet from here on, henceforth.
So shout out to Wiz, man. Figured it out.
From here to
I'm pregnant, your manager 2018. Fellas.
Hello, my J.
Impregnate your managers, impregnate them, Joe.
That hashtag is going to be wild crazy.
Impregnate your managers. Like, you guys are dulling. You are chasing small babes.
You're chasing small babe that does not get automatic 10%.
So now, does he still pay high? They change 10%, 15%.
Even that percentage might even increase small.
But that's crazy, though. You're like, yo, she could take that man for child support. She knows how much.
Bruh, Wiz has to basically be dad of the year now because, before Master doesn't have a show. Bye. Now, that's not an excuse. So if he doesn't shape up, God forbid, we don't pay for that team.
Wizkid got to drop gems on how he's doing this, for us regular human beings.
Throwing subs in his future records like other artists. Take it easy.
No, for real, Wizkid, take it easy. Shout out to Wiz, though. He's doing things differently. Sounds from the other side. It's a lifestyle. How do you impregnate your manager, bro?
He used to call Two-Face 2 Baba, right? Oh, no, they call him 2 Baba now, right?
Yes.
So, are we going to start calling Wizkid 3 Baba?
Trey Baba.
3 Baba.
Trey Baba.
Wow. Interesting. How old is Wiz again? 24?
Palms. You got to go freezes. They freeze sperm. Wow. It only eggs they spin?
I'm sorry.
They freeze.
He's 27.
27. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. That's
boys.
And he's been in the game for how many years?
He's been in the game since 2011. I think that's when he started recording gospel music. So I'm being serious. I think that's when he started making
in church. Yeah, we know. But just the way you said it,
2001.
I was going to say is when he started recording gospel
music.
That's Wizkid.
Him in the background. That's it, man. No, I saw a lot of encouragement, a lot of hate on the timeline. Since then, but one can never be hating when one brings life into the world. So
no, yeah, that's a big thing. He's been blessed with child. People are sweating and dying and paying just to have a child. So God bless him and her. The dynamics can only get better. You know?
So they said it's alleged that Jada gave birth weeks ago in London, but they kept it away from public domain for obvious reasons.
That's the new wave. I'm happy they're finally doing, like, people in entertainment are finding a way to control the narrative of when people find things out and all that. I remember the Wale situation when Wale's girl, baby mama, whatever, was pregnant. It was just like leaking slowly but surely, but he still found a way to like control it for the most part as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love when the narrative is like controlled by the subject, because it's like, bro, like, you're just gonna be in my business. It makes no sense. I know, obviously that's what you sign up for when you do entertainment, but it's always good to keep certain things in house. Let the family know and control when the world knows, because this isn't really our business. It's not. We just want Wizkid to make music, and if it's his third child that will finally give us Afrobeats, then we'll take it. What happened? What I miss? I missed something.
If it's the third child that will give us Afrobeats, hey, I'm with it, man.
That's what you said? That's what you said? Wizzy baby.
Daddy Daddy Trey, Daddy Trey, make it dance.
Daddy Trey, all my babies is final.
Just found out that one of my bench warmers is now managing a few Afrobeats artists that we know.
Oh wow! So she about to get pregnant.
Oh yeah, it's wild.
It's lit. I'm telling you, pregnant your manager.
I don't know how that happens, man. It's just like, you stop dealing with people and you find out that they're...
Wow, good man, I'm a child of God. I don't know what you're speaking of. As the Christian Boys Organization, I just want CBOs. I just need you to know that we don't appreciate what you're saying. We need you back in the house of the Lord.
Well, this is why
I don't your tithe and your offering.
I don't be in the industry anymore for that reason, so we're good. We'll be fine.
So we're going to touch on a topic we've been like dancing around, but we know we have to touch on. This was a big, big topic.
Bouncing around.
So the big topic, obviously, has been Libya. Now, we've been paying close attention to this, as people who are part of the culture. We want to make sure, we speak on it correctly. Because I got a lot of calls, to be real with you, I got a lot of calls from non-Nigerians, non-Africans, from Nigerians, the whole nine, just asking, yo, what's going on? What is the situation? How are things like this, So I'd love to touch on it. I don't know if you want me to start.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, I've been following everything that's been going on since the news broke on the timeline. I mean, we've both been following it for weeks before CNN picked it up.
Right.
Most of this stems from years back before Gaddafi was
Exactamundo.
You can kick it off, and then we can just piggyback.
All right. So obviously, news broke when CNN dropped the doc saying human beings are being sold for $400, which is crazy. Any single time, any time in history. And then you hear this is happening in 2017, the year of our Lord. 2017, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But so everyone's how is this happening? And the biggest thing is, if you guys could just this is the end point right now, but where it starts from, or I'd like to take step backs. So now, obviously, people know things aren't as good in Africa as it is anywhere else in the world, or most parts of the world. I wouldn't say being in Africa is the worst than ever, obviously. But obviously, people are leaving situations and gambling with their whole future. I'm talking about college graduates and family men and, mothers and fathers are leaving situations in West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Guinea, whatever it is, to try to make it out of the continent to see what's out there. And now they're being caught in situations where it's he say, she say, and you have Libyans just coming up with transactions for human life. So that's really, really the situation at hand. It's not like people are being kidnapped. It's people are really trying to escape situations that they're a part of to find a better future. And the sad thing is most of them are being told or being sold by Nigerians.
Yep.
Which is the part that nobody really wants to speak about. But it's everybody's trying to get a buck. So they're being sold by Nigerians to Libyans, and Libyans are selling them to other Libyans. And all this is happening from people telling other people yo, you make your way to North Africa, and from North Africa you can make your way to Europe, which is where everybody's trying to go to, get a better life. Now, another part of it that shout outs to LD. LD has a podcast where he spoke about how slavery sort of started. Because a lot of people will tell you it's a whole mess, but I'm just going to touch on it a little bit and just tell you how things are normalized in Africa. Because a lot of times you look from the outside in and it's just oh, these people are crazy. But yes, they are crazy, but I'll tell you how things are normalized. I'm not trying to make an excuse for any single person, because thankfully I've lived in both continents, and you can see how things work from both sides. So slavery obviously started from the white man. Well, the white man started taking people to Europe and America, but how it all started was that Africans would have house help. So the same way you would have a babysitter, a nanny, a dog walker, and all that. But these people that were hired as such, well, hired is a really, really nice word. But people who were assigned these positions are people who are less fortunate. So now, let's say you're born into a family that can't necessarily take care of you. You would then be told, okay, there's a rich man in a different city who will house you and feed you. So you be getting a meal every, 3 times a day, which I, as a parent, can provide you, but you have to do whatever they tell you to do. So now this is how that worked. It's like, okay, I'm in a bad situation. I can't deal with it. I can't put food on the table for my child, but this man can. But I don't know what this man is going to be doing to my child. But if I send my kid to this man or woman, I know they're going to live a better life than what I can provide for them. So now that's how things started. So it goes from helping out in whoever's eyes, like the rich man says he's helping out.
Indentured servants.
Yes. And then it goes from, do you have anybody to come work for us? The white man comes to Africa. And it's like, yeah, sure. We got a whole bunch of people that, you know, finding it hard to fare for themselves and their kids that you can take with you, not knowing what the hell, you know, the Willie Lynches of the world.
Their kids or whatever up for, yes.
Yes, yes.
Bait and switch.
So now, yes, people were sold into slavery by black people, but it's just, the norms are a whole lot of different. It's not like we had...
It was under false pretenses.
Basically. Yes.
The Africans did not know they were selling their kids into slavery. They thought that they were sending their kids into a better life somewhere else, indentured servants, or on some apprenticeship, like sending their kids to England or sending their kids to somewhere outside of...
to do like house cleaning, exactly. And give them a better, not knowing like people's whole language, lifestyle, and everything's been eradicated and just the history's been wiped out clean. Yep. So that's where all these things become normalized, where it's just like, okay, we have certain people, like the way you would see a bum on the street, people would rather just send their kid to go clean a mansion and have food on the table than rather just know that this kid doesn't stand a chance in life at all. So that's where all this starts from. But the situation now in Nigeria, Ghana, and things like that is that the leaders know of all these things. So I don't want you, if you guys hear African presidents and all that giving speeches where they're like, oh my God, this is sad, this is crazy. They've known about it forever.
They just don't think it's
that. Right. It's just that they're too worried about stealing money from the culture and the economy to worry about that be their issue, because they're like, yeah, if I tell these people to stop leaving this country, what am I really going to do for them anyway? They might as well, go do what they want. Even with the women being kidnapped and put into prostitution, it's just one of the situations where they're like, yo, things are so bad for me, I'm not even sure how I'm going to get food on the table today or if I'm going to eat. I'm just going to, fuck it. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do this for a while and I'll break through and make something of myself. It's just like they don't know what's on the other side. Most of the time is worse than what they're dealing with.
Absolutely. And it's, not even so, it's just like the ones that do end up coming to, abroad, let's just say abroad for anywhere, right? When you have family members that leave Africa and start a new life somewhere, and then the people that are still behind in Africa assume that they're living this grand, amazing, incredible life until they come and visit the people that departed them 10, 20 years ago prior in the States or in England or Australia, wherever they end up, and they realize, oh wow, these people are actually struggling.
This is fucked. This is fucked. Like, that's the thing about it, is this is why you have countries like Liberia where people are coming back to Africa once, they had a chance to leave. It's like,
they didn't want to suffer in America.
Like the coldness of the heart, their variants to the coldness of the heart, where it's just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I thought what I was doing was bad, but y'all doing some other shit. So, trust me when I say Nigerians, with the houseboys and the housegirls thing, that is not right. It's not good, because the shit that they make human beings do, like, they're not getting paid. They sometimes send money to the parents or the grandparents back home and things like that, but they work all types of hours. They're treated like lesser human beings, so it's not right. Like, trust and believe it's not right, but it's just two different situations. Like, people are being whipped in the back, but it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just there are different degrees to it. So now there's so much people going through situations where they just feel like there is no way for things to get better, and they take their chances and try to escape the country and find, greener pastures. And obviously, as they get there, they learn that things are much worse, or people don't want you here, or, whenever an economy isn't doing well, black people always get blamed. Black or brown people always get blamed. I remember years ago, Haitians in DR were being killed. because, Dominicans were blaming them for taking their jobs. And obviously now in America, we have Americans blaming Mexicans for taking their jobs. So situations like that are similar in most countries where black people try to get into. And that's why you have blacks in France and, Netherlands and other places where they're like, yo, we don't want refugees in here. We don't want the brown and the blacks in here because we feel like they're not making it safer and they're going to take our jobs anyway, So people are always getting blamed for it. And I think it's just like they're like, nah, things are really, really bad here that we're going to do it. And where the whole death of the former leader of Libya comes in, which is Muammar Gaddafi, is like Libya no longer has a centralized government. Because whenever you take a head off a body, you take a leader out of a country, you just have insanity. Everybody's running their little sector, and everybody has an idea for what would make the country better. And this tends to happen whenever there's a coup or whenever a Western country lends a hand in toppling whoever is in power. And that's what's going on in Libya. It's just like there's so much madness going on, but
everybody thinks they have the answers and nobody has the answers.
Exactly, and that's what...
If I had the answers, the stuff that's happening in Libya right now wouldn't be happening in the first place.
No, it would not. And obviously, everyone knows Muammar Gaddafi wanted a centralized continent and wanted one currency. And he felt like if it could be backed by gold, Africa would be in a situation in which they no longer have to be dependent on the West as much. And obviously you become a threat when you're saying you can take money out of the West. So that's a whole nother mess, but that's really the gist of it all. It's just that people are in situations they don't want to be in. They're trying to escape and go elsewhere. They're being used. They're being used by their own people, being sold, being told a lie, being told once you get there, you're good. And when they get there, they're being told, you know what, now you're a slave and you're going to be auctioned. And it's just insane. The fact that we have knowledge of what has happened, we all know what has happened, in the history of man. And yet people are still, and countries like Mauritania have slavery legalized. That's insane to me. Northern Africans, and this is why I need y'all people to realize Africa is not one big happy continent. So when you tell people you're traveling to Africa or when you have an African friend, ask these questions. Some of these people are crazy. I can't be grouped in with Northern Africans. I have nothing against Northern Africans, but we're just going through different shit in the West than they are in the North. And, East and South Africans are all different. Even Central Africans, we're all different people. And then you have Cape Verdeans, a whole nother wave.
Why I love my Cape Verdeans, they are different, bro. Completely.
Yeah, so, and some of them people don't even, some converting someone anything to do with black people.
Nope.
So it's just one of those situations where the continent is big and different and unique in good and bad ways. But that's just how things are. Because people are like Libya, they hear Libyans are selling Africans, but they don't even think it's Africans dealing with Africans. So
that's crazy. I mean, it's the same thing in the United States. When people in Texas act crazy, or people in Florida act crazy, or people in West Virginia act crazy, nobody thinks, people in West Virginia act just like people in Connecticut. Obviously,
yeah, exactly.
And those are just state lines. That's within one country. Now you're talking about a whole continent. Even within countries, there's various factions within those countries. So there's certain parts of Nigeria that don't even fuck with other parts of Nigeria. But outside of Nigeria won't know that. So all the regional stuff, it makes things more confusing. So when you have
even in state Lagos as a whole, you have Yorubas and Igbos not getting along, and you have Hausa people in there, working.
And that's just like New York. You have Dominicans and Puerto Ricans that don't get along with each other in one uptown. They're all in uptown. They all mingle. They all go to the same bodegas. The Dominican bodegas will be right across the street from the Puerto Rican bodegas, and they'll pretend to fuck with each other, but they don't fuck with each other. It's the same thing.
They really don't, and you get just like the Bronx alone with the blacks and the Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans. It's insane. And then you have Brooklyn we're complaining about gentrification. You know, it's one borough. You know, it's one people. Everyone carrying a blue passport, but people don't get along.
Gentrification, but we're doing nothing to stop it. You know, it's the same shit happening everywhere.
It's a whole lot of madness in this world, and there's only one group of people winning, and they ain't dark. So
Cassidy,
I figure it out. So that I wanted to touch on. I'm not going to be out here making it a political. We don't want to make it a political podcast. It's not what we're into. We just want to talk and make people smile and laugh, but also we want to educate when we have the opportunity to. So Absolutely. It's a whole mess, but again, it's just people trying to get out of situations, but being knowing that others know of what's happening and are basically using and selling. Exactly. Manipulation is the perfect word. So, you know,
the migrant trade is booming in Libya, and the world is ignoring it because there are greedy people that are taking advantage of the situation.
Perfect. The man kept the short and brief, but that's what we wanted to touch on. And
prayers up for everybody in Libya. Prayers up for everyone that being shipped from Nigeria to Egypt to Ethiopia to Libya, Tunisia, whatever, like all with hopes to getting towards Italy and Greece and like prayers up, man. It's just crazy. And then it's just wild. I saw one interview the other day with the Nigerian that got that was rescued, and he was just describing how like he was treated so terribly by the North Africans. They gouged his eye out. Like it was crazy. Like it was sad, but
humans doing the same shit to other humans, and it's just like, you think as time goes, you know how people are like, nah, we're in 2007. Like, you would think the decency line grows as, you know, the world gets smaller, but it really doesn't. It's just, they're just sickos out there. And this is why
when we talk about slavery never ending, people in the States are like, how dare you say slavery?
Years ago. Yeah, what are you talking about? You black people are crazy.
The Civil Rights Act, you guys are just complaining. Like, you guys are, you are an idiot because you don't know anything outside of the United States and whatever the media feeds you. But being someone that has traveled outside of the country, I mean, slavery exists in almost every other country. I mean, slavery exists here too. The private prison system here is slavery.
Bro.
Locking people up for smoking weed and rewarding people that look the opposite.
Entrepreneurs that are figuring out the marijuana market.
That are a lighter shade. You're rewarding the same people while jailing people that look like us. So for the same things. So it's still slavery, but they're just using different terminology to describe it. So, you know, I don't want to hear anybody ever talk to me about slavery dying out or being post-slavery.
Man's is gentrifying slavery.
A post-slavery society, a post-racist society. Who said that dumb shit?
They're putting whipped cream on the coffee that is slavery, bro. They're just trying to make that shit sexy.
Libya, man. Prayers up for everybody trying to reach Europe, man, through North Africa.
Yes. And prayers up for everyone dealing with African leaders in Africa, B.
Yeah.
So it is no joke. To
all the Africans listening, please vote.
Oh, yes.
Voting is very important. The elections are coming up all across the continent. Please vote these old farts.
I was just about to say, I don't even care what the thing is. If there's a young person running in any of your African countries,
young person, please
vote for them. Like, I know you're like, what if this, the people we've given a chance to are just horrible.
We're tired of the co-eject people. We need young blood running these countries so they can dig us out of the holes that our forefathers put us in. You know,
please, for Caucasian Christ Day, just think about it. As we go into 2018, we need to get younger. We need to get younger in power and just.
It's embarrassing that people like Buhari and Atiku.
Disgusting. Mans can't even stay. They call him Mans a travel blogger because he keeps trying to go get his, go to UK to get his health situated. It's really, really sad. It's embarrassing that we don't even think it's a norm to have a 40, 50-year-old, a 30-year-old in power, like making things happen for their community. Nigeria is what, 50-something? 57?
Yeah, Nigeria's old, man.
This man they've been in power since before the country existed. Since before Nigeria was Nigeria, these people have been in power and it's still the situation. So we have ways to go, but I think it gets worse before it gets better.
So I was having a conversation with some lady on Twitter. I don't remember what her Twitter name is, but she was basically trying to have a discussion with me about how different Nigeria would be if we were split up by the major ethnic groups and not grouped together by Queen Elizabeth.
Okay.
Queen Elizabeth that did that?
Well, I'm pretty... Yeah, right? She's old enough to have been in power 60 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it was Queen Elizabeth. Yep, Queen Elizabeth II was Queen of Nigeria from 1960 to 1963. So, what would have been smart if Nigeria was actually designed for the citizens and not with British interests only at the forefront, it would have been split according to the regions that already existed, right? So you had the Western region, which was pretty much controlled by Yoruba people. The Northern region, which was pretty much controlled by Fulanis and Hausas, right? And the Eastern region, which was controlled by the Igbos and the Cross River, all the ethnic groups, Shakiris, I don't know all the groups over there. You would know that.
It's a whole lot. The TVs, the Shakiri, the Robos, the Benins. Yes.
Cool. So all of those people would have been Eastern region, right? So what would have made sense if the British actually cared about the people there and didn't care about the oil and natural resources that existed in the country?
If only.
What happened is Western region would have became Yoruba land or Oyo land or whatever. They would have made it a Yoruba territory. Northern region would have been called Kado land based on the Hausa Fulani language. They would have called it either Fula or Hausa land or something. It would have been ethnically Hausa dominated in the north.
Right.
Kano, Abuja, everything would have been up there. Cool. And then you would have Biafra or whatever the Igbos, Shakiris, Udoma.
Yeah, it'd have been something else because, well, I don't even know. What I think, obviously, being that strongly Igbo, it would have been around that. So yeah.
And then you could, if they want to really make it funky, they could make it like one of the first regions in Africa that share a capital out of those three territories, and it would have been something cool like Wazobia or something that connected all those three territories.
Nah, we'd have been having the whole Palestine-Israel ship, man. Nigerians can't.
We would have been Dubai. It would have been super lit. But apparently older people are stupid and they don't think far ahead.
Well, the Queen Elizabeth did what was best for her, so she knew what she was doing. It's just now about one of the situations of we can do what's best and get along, and that's the grand task at hand. That just doesn't seem like could happen.
Yep, and it was greed, Sha. Greed is what caused all of this anyway. The Queen knew what she was doing when she allowed our ancestors to transfer power from, our forefathers over to England. And then when they gave us, quote unquote, independence in the 60s, that was all bullshit, smoke and mirrors. But we know what it is, and whatever. Only change by voting or a complete revolution will change what's going on in that country, because it doesn't make sense to any of us anymore. And people are just acting like nothing's happening, which is the most frustrating part of everything. But whatever.
It's a mess, man. It's a mess.
I'll my jollof in peace, and I can't even do that because NEPA is taking lights.
Wow. Come on, see.
And there's full scarcity, so how can you turn on the oven?
No, it's OD stressful. Like being Nigerian, like I love like being Nigerian. I swear I tell God all the time, I don't even believe in reincarnation, but if it is real, bring me back as a Nigerian. Like I love being Nigerian. There's no, like I could complain about it's like your parents, like you can only complain about your parents to your siblings. But you wouldn't have it any other way. And if anybody want to talk about your parents, it's going to be a fight. So that's how I feel about Nigeria. Like I love my country. And all of my people know what we go through. Like we have so much love for it and we want so much better for it. And it's like we have so many dreamers and doers in our countries and so many artists and creatives. And whenever things happen, it's just like, just the rose growing out of this concrete. Like it's insane. So even like we have the bobsled team, the female bobsled team is just insane and dope. What's to come out of our continent and our country, because it's like I never, we've seen the movie based on reality, but we just never thought that there'd be a female bobsled team.
It's true.
Like, just
shout out to them
qualifying for the Olympics. Like, you know how good you got to be to qualify for the Olympics, and do you know how much support you got to get from your African parents to be able to go practice and get better at this? And I'm pretty sure it's not easy, because shit, we be trying to do shit that there's money involved. I couldn't even imagine telling your African parents you want to go bobsled practice.
Dog, did you see them on Ellen?
It was beautiful. She was twerking and all that.
Man, wait, what are the names again? I know one is Yoruba. I think two are.
There's a Sheun. I have the names ready for you.
Sheun Adigun is one.
There's Ngozi, and there's Akwoma.
Yeah, I know the Yoruba one is Sheun Adigun. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, Sheun, Ngozi, and Akwoma. I think it's two Igbos and
Ngozi Omere and Akwoma Omeoga.
Yeah, damn.
People last names be fucking me up, bro. I'm sorry.
No, it's a work. It's you have to earn it when you do that.
Ngozi. Serious names. Those are serious Nigerian names. Man, we thank God for representation out here.
They're called the Ice Blazers.
The Ice Blazers. Fuck ISIS.
And they have a song from Iyanya, Nice, a whole bunch of people.
No way, they did a song to them.
I'm telling you, bruv. I'm telling you, you don't. I need you to look.
Iyanya, Bisola, Jeff Akoh.
Okay, I was about to send it to you. It's unbelievable.
Oh my gosh! Now we got to play that right now. All right, we're gonna drop. The name of the record is actually entitled "The Ice Blazers," and it's by Nice, Iyanya, Bisola, and Jeff Akoh for the Nigerian Bobsled.
We don't deserve this. I want y'all to know this, but alas.
Oh, TY produced it.
It just gets better with every detail.
Okay.
Temple management out here making waves.
The Bobsled and Skeleton Federation of Nigeria and Temple Management Company have released a Temple Music All-Star theme song for the inspiring Nigerian Bobsled Team in celebration of their historic qualification of the Winter Olympics. Produced by award-winning producer TY Mix, the celebration song features TMPL artists, including Iyanya, Nice, Bisola, Jeff Akoh, and Chris Akinyemi. Entitled The Ice Blazers, the song has been officially adopted by the Solomon Ogba-led Bobsled and Skeleton Federation of Nigeria and is now available on all digital stores on all music platforms.
I'm sorry, what's the Federation? Bobsled and what?
You know, it's just one of those companies that were formed to buy a Nigerian in order for them to launder money. I'm just kidding.
What are they called? Bobsled
and Skeleton Federation of Nigeria, BSFN.
Oh, yes. That's why I grew up on that.
Oh, wow. Go Tish Stains. Yeah, okay, we're going to play the record right now just so you can hear it. Boom, here it is.
Can't wait.
All right, cool. So I would love to hear what y'all think about the record. It's very different, but shout outs to everybody that came together to make that record.
The all-star cast.
That's wild, man.
After We Are the World comes the Ice Blazers.
Ice Blazers.
We can't wait. I'm sure right before they slide down that ice, all they are listening to is yeah, kill that.
That's so
wow. Fun. But you know, as for Nigerians being Nigerians, you know, we're all on board. Shit, I'm on board. So I'm not even mad at people in Nigeria taking it too far.
In honor of the Temple All Stars, in honor of the Nigerian Bobsled Team, we decided to make the song of the week for this episode. The Temple All Stars. What's the name of the song again?
The Bull Runnings.
The Bull Runnings. Yeah, good.
Looking back being bull.
Looking back being bull. The Ice Blazers.
Yes, please, because that's something positive coming out of Nigeria and West Africa, especially with this Libya situation. We always want to, put a balance to it. So definitely, ladies, you guys have definitely made us all smile and be part of being Nigerians.
Shout out to Iyanya, Nice, Bisola, Jeff, Akoh, Chris Akinyemi. Boom, boom, boom. Here it is. TMPL stars the Ice Blazers.
Yo, please shout out the what's the association of Sometin and Skeleton.
The International Bobsled and Skeleton Foundation of Nigeria.
Do not let this episode pass without you shouting them. Do you hear me squeezing my hair? So
I can hear you like I'm in Pyongyang.
There you go.
That's where the things are happening.
Because we know without the powerful backing of Nigeria, these women won't be where they are.
Wow, that song is actually kind of lit.
We are the ones that are taking over.
I like it.
The Ice Blazers and the Blazers.
Welcome, Blazing Khaki.
Blaze on, Blazers.
Blaze on. I like the way you blaze it.
No jiggity. No, I like the way you blaze it too. Let's giddy. Give them the beautiful ladies now, but for real, like I could have like Jollof. Hey, remix.
I mixed it.
Remix.
The mix is better.
Oh my Lord. Shout out to them, because that's the one thing that they will forever live like in Nigerian folklore, just being like shit that didn't even exist is in our story. So I could only imagine like a female bobsled team. And somebody will call somebody and say, do you think you're the bobsled team? So that's the one thing about Nigeria. Like, you're gonna be in a curse very soon.
That's funny.
That's you just slide down here as if you are a blazer. Do you know who my father is? Nah, but for real, I'm like OD excited for like just to see them do their thing and inspire more women to like break the norms out there. Like, it's out there, here, everywhere in the world. Like, it's absolutely dope. We don't even, of all the African countries, we don't even got snow in our country like some African countries do. So to make this happen is just wow. Bless each and every one of them in there. The whole whoever makes the squad.
Okay. Well, what else happened? Oh, what is this I read about Abacha's money that was frozen somewhere in Switzerland? They're returning it back to Nigeria.
Yes, so Abacha's money was frozen, and it's so crazy that the person in power was friends with Abacha. Wow. I wonder where the money being returned to is going to end up.
Let me guess. It wasn't the guy that got his mono licked in the White House?
Wow. What is going on here?
Wow. The Swiss government is to return $321 million to Nigeria that was seized from the family of former President Sani Abacha, who notoriously died from being served Viagra by 2 Asian prostitutes when he died in 1998.
Which part of the article was like written by Tunde?
Only the first half was written. The second half is what we know as Nigerians. Common knowledge. So the Swiss government released a statement Monday announcing that the agreement had been reached with officials in the Nigerian government and the World Bank on the terms of restitution. The restitution of funds will take place within the frameworks of a project supported and overseen by the World Bank. That's what the statement said. The projects will strengthen social security for the poorest sections of Nigerian population. And by that, I know they mean the richest politicians in Nigeria.
Ding, 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 ding.
With the saddest part, hold on, let me finish this one quote. President Muhammadu Buhari said, "We are grateful for the international support we are getting in this fight against corruption." Global collaboration is critical to the success of this fight, and we will continue to work to deepen mechanisms not just for asset recovery, but for preventing corruption in the first place. Switzerland has already recovered around $700 million of Abacha-related assets to date, and Nigeria is also pursuing $480 million more on top of this 320 something that has been seized in the US, but because of legal processes to reclaim it, they have found it difficult to do that. Nonsense. The country has lost $400 billion to corruption between 1960 and 1999, according to estimates cited by the UN Office on Drugs and Crime. Wow. Interesting. So, while it's good that they are pretending to care about corruption in this country now, the problem that I'm still having is that we both know as Nigerians that money, unfortunately, is not going to reach anywhere outside of Aso Rock.
The account has been deposited and it's been withdrawn same day.
Just moved from Switzerland to the United States to Nigeria back to Switzerland.
Different Swiss accounts.
Different accounts. Same bank, different accounts.
Same bank manager.
They will now switch the account manager. Okay, the last one tipped me off to the UN, so we have to use a different, I will grease your elbow small, give you, how much do you want? We have 5%, 10%. What's 10% of 300? What's 10% of $480 million? Okay, you want 48 million? Don't worry, we got it. Just look in your account tomorrow. Yes, I've deposited in the Cayman Islands. Just check it there. No tax free. is there. Go buy your house. Go buy your mommy house. Go buy everybody houses.
Everybody, you get a house. You get a house. Yes. Everybody gets a house. Corruption in Nigeria is like a different level. Like, corruption.
Everybody gets a house.
Corruption here, people still gotta sign. Both sides. People here still gotta sign paperwork and shit. Like, it could always, 40 years from now, it's gonna be dropped. Like, oh yeah, we're doing this. Nigerian corruption is so bad. Like, we all know Bill Gates is not the richest man. Like, it's not even close to being the richest man alive.
Bill Gates is the richest man, but he ain't the richest man, dog.
At all. Like, the fraudulent homie from Russia, Trump's daddy, is richer than Bill Gates.
We know that.
And then, so you can only imagine Nigerians that are richer. Like, that's a long story.
The ones that are hiding on Buckhead. Let me show up there anyway.
Yes, please.
I don't want to be kids.
The ones whose children come here for school and ball out and turn into celebrities.
They become DJs and they...
Hey.
Let me show up there.
Yeah, just take me out because I said the same shit and then you said it too. Just delete both of you. The whole podcast. Throw away the whole No Wahala podcast. That's the drop. Throw the whole thing away in a rubbish can. Not
this
garbage.
Is brought to you by the Nigerian Youth Who Don't Want to Die campaign.
Farms. We know the lengthy law of the illegal. No, the lengthy law. You know how they feel like the arm of the Lord. What's the arm of fraud like? Arm of fraud, probably much.
Oh man.
Arm of fraud touching every continent, bruv. Like, yo, who said what about my children? Jail them. Jail them. Send some money to the state governor and jail them.
Which is also some of this $321 million ends up in the hands of the Winter Olympic Committee.
Wow.
Okay, I've said enough. All right, y'all. See y'all next episode.